I used to make fun of the death of Jesus. I used to think that the death of Jesus was useless because God doesn't need anything, doesn't need death. He needs neither death nor resurrection. Those are things that only a person could need. But I changed my mind. Well, I used to accept one important point about the death of Jesus. The fact that it was a great sign. A sign that meant that you can come back from the dead. Except from that, I thought that the death of Jesus was useless. The fact that God saves us through the death, through his own death actually, saves us from sin, complete nonsense in my opinion. Because he's actually saving us from himself, because that's his own punishment. But then I found another point that I liked. The fact that if Jesus didn't die, his message wouldn't be so widespread today. Because even if you perform miracles, nobody actually believes you, usually. But when you die, even nowadays, when you die because of something, you become famous. And your message becomes important or popular at least. For instance, one example is Michael Jackson. It was already famous, but when he died, he became even more famous. We can think about many examples. A lot of people so nowadays, fuck my English. I guess nowadays. But anyway, today, if you are the best at something or at anything, you become instantly more popular if you die. And if you die, that means that your message, your goal is much more important. Well, not necessarily. Death is not a sign of importance, but it usually means that you really do believe what you're doing if you're ready to die for it. Okay? For instance, if I say that I'm ready to do anything for Jesus, but then what I do is reading my Bible in my home where it is legal, not in a Muslim country where I have no danger at all. That doesn't sound like I'm ready to die for Jesus. That doesn't sound that Jesus is so important that even my life is meaningless compared to his message. So I found that those two things made me reconsider the death of Jesus, because in my opinion, God doesn't need anything. He doesn't need to save us from anything, because he's the creator of everything. If he punishes, if there is a punishment, that is his own punishment. So I can't say, oh wow, what a wonderful God saving us from his own punishments. That would be ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. Pure bullshit. Okay? But if we think as a God who liking and loving free will doesn't want to change us in a deterministic or Calvinistic way, we may agree when he does things that doesn't change us completely, such as, his own death. When Jesus died, he was spreading his message, because death is something, as I just explained, that makes you popular, famous. So he wasn't doing something that could have forced us to believe in himself, such as changing our minds or showing himself completely to us. He did something that was according to our standards. Even right now, today, if you die, your message becomes more popular. So it seems to me at least, that if there's a God, I do believe there's a God, this God doesn't want us to go to have something so compelling, so impossible to reject. But it seems to me that he wants us free to decide. Of course, we do have different minds, different genetics, so what seems right to me seems wrong to you. What seems wrong to me seems right to you. So not all of us are free in the same exact way. But at least we do have a chance. And it seems to me that this chance is also linked to knowledge. The more knowledge you have, the more your decisions become well selected, I might say. But all of us are free somehow. So it seems like God gave prominence to this freedom. So he could have showed himself completely to us. He could have done everything. He could have done magical things, but he did one thing. Through his death, he gave us 2 signs. 1, you can come back from the dead. 2, my message becomes so popular that even if you don't believe in my message, you will hear about my message. And that's a fact, because almost every single person in this world right now knows about Jesus' death. Whether they believe in Jesus' death or not, resurrection or not, or even whether they do believe in the existence of Jesus or not, they have heard of Jesus, of his death, and so on. So the main point has been reached. The 2 main points has been reached. The spreading of his message and the sign that showed that you can come back from the afterlife, from the dead. Well,